Karina baby for the 25th. We have Hidden Treasure. I love you and I miss you so incredibly much, baby. Mama will always love you no matter what. Just so you know. I will always, always love you. You are loved and you are cared for. Every single baby that's born is so incredibly loved. Mamas want their babies more than anything in the entire world. They want their babies to be okay and to grow and to learn lots of new things. You are loved so much. No matter what, you are always going to be loved. Hidden treasures. There was once a farmer who had two sons named Rick and Davy. Every day they worked hard in the fields, the soil was rich, and their crops grew well. But there came a day when the farmer was too old and weak to work. So he called his sons to his bedside. "I am going to tell you a secret," he said. "There's a treasure on the farm. It's yours if you take the trouble to look for it. So as soon as the harvest is over, dig the fields again and again, then plant corn seeds for the next spring." Rick and Davy's eyes opened wide with excitement at the thought of finding treasure. Soon afterwards, the old man died, and his sons got to work. They harvested the crop, and they stored them in the barn. Then they busied themselves digging in the fields. Clod by clod, they dug up deep into the earth, searching for that treasure. But they couldn't find a thing. "Keep digging," said Rick. "It might be here somewhere. It must be here somewhere," said Davy. Rick and Davy dug every part of the land. They planted more crops, just as their father had said. When spring came around again, their fields were full of lush green corn. Their corn ripened in the summer sun. In the harvest time, they gathered in twice as much as before. Rick and Davy stored all they needed and sold the rest at the market. They came home, their pockets bulging with coins. "Now I'm beginning to see what Papa meant about treasure," said Rick. "The treasure is our reward for working hard on the farm." "Yes," said Davy. "Leave it to Papa to make work sound like a treasure hunt." But they both agreed that their papa had been right. So they brought in lots and lots of good harvests for themselves and for others. It's one of the best things that you could do is help anybody around you. All right, the Lion-Hearted Kitten. Let's see what this is about. Once there was a striped kitten with yellow eyes and a black nose. He was only a very little kitten, but he had the heart of a lion. He was as brave as he could be, and one day he started out to conquer the world. The path he took led through a big black wood, and down the path the kitten strolled very proudly, with his head held high as possible. Pretty soon along came a big gray wolf. "Grumble tumble in the jungle. I'm hungry," growled the wolf. For this is what the wolves say when they are going to eat you up. Now, it is all very well to be brave in a crisis, but an even better to be clever too. This kitten knew, so without showing any fear, he said boldly, "Oh, Mr. Wolf, I was just looking for you. My great aunt, the tigress, told me to ask you the way to roast lamb. She says you know so much more about such things than she." The wolf was impressed and a little flattered, but he was also a bit surprised of this small kitten, and so he said, "Tell your great aunt, the tigress, that I roast lamb the very same way I roast kitten." This really frightened the kitten, but he pretended a great unconcern and retorted, "Of course, Mr. Wolf, if you really wish me to tell her that, I will do so. But my great aunt the tigress is rather short of temper, and she might take offense at what you say. So she has kittens of her own, and a great many little nieces and nephews." Muttered the wolf, gazing. Do you see this kitten in the photo? See where he's at? That's the little kitten with stripes. Thoughtfully at the kitten who had begun to wash its face. You may tell her that roast lamb tastes nice with the sage and onions. He turned and ran into the wood. The kitten trotted on alongside the path, and suddenly around the corner he came face to face with a great big enormous snake, who was hanging from a branch of the tree just over the path. Hiss, swish, wish a dish for dinner, hissed the snake, for that is what snakes say when they are going to eat you up. Oh, Miss Boa Constrictor, cried the kitten, for that is what the snake's name. I have been looking for you everywhere. My great aunt the tigress wishes to know the best way to catch birds. She says that you are so clever at it, and she would be much obliged for some advice on the subject. Now, snakes catch little creatures by staring in their eyes till they are so frightened they dare not move. The boa constrictor said, watch me and I'll show you, for she thought the little kitten looked quite fat and delicious. But the kitten was far too wise for that, so he simply looked hard beyond the snake and called out, well, I do declare if that isn't my great aunt the tigress herself coming this way now. The snake whipped round quickly for fear of the tigress was creeping up behind her, and while she looked back, the kitten escaped into the wood. The brave little kitten ran on till by and by, very suddenly round a big tree, he came face to face with the tigress herself. This time the kitten, full for all his courage, was much alarmed. His breath came fast and his heart beat rapidly, but his wit did not forsake him. Oh, Auntie Tigress, he gasped, I have been hunting and hunting for you till I am all out of breath. My mother, the golden tigress of the next forest, but one, wishes to know what is it your kittens eat which make them so big and fat. She is worried about me because I am so very small. After this speech, the kitten held his breath, waiting for the tigress to reply. For a long time the tigress looked at the kitten and sniffed at the kitten and put her head on one side and considered the kitten, and after a while she came to the conclusion that this kitten certainly did look quite like her kittens, save for size, and since her own children have grown up and left home, she decided it would be nice to adopt another. So, giving the kitten a motherly lick on a large kind, she said, you certainly are much too small, and if you will come home with me, I will feed you up and fatten you up and see what I can do. Away they walked together, the kitten not without misgivings, going through the big black wood till they came to the tigress's cave. There the tigress gave the kitten all kinds of meat and bones, and sure enough the kitten began to grow. And he grew and he grew and he grew until he got to be about as big as a cat. The tigress was then well satisfied, for she said, you are now exactly the size of my own kittens. This diet has agreed with you. And so the kitten continued to live happily in the cave, cared for and protected by the tigress. But he never grew to be any bigger than a cat. So let's take a look. There he is right there. Just a shadow in his eyes, and there's him with the tigress. Karina, baby, I love you, and I miss you, and I can't wait to see you. I'm so glad I do these movies for you because it's the way that I get to still stay connected and still you're my baby, you know? You'll always be my daughter, and I will always love you. And I miss you so incredibly much. And I just, I think about you constantly and all the time. It's just, I'm so glad that I decided to like start doing these videos. I talked to your father about it and he said it was okay. I was writing you cards every single day. And I still write to you a lot, but I like that I'm doing the videos because it's more interactive, and I like the videos. I've always liked videos. I love you, honey, and I miss you so much. Let's do We sit and watch the rain as it falls from the sky, and we are glad to be inside where it is warm and dry. Oh yes, I do love the rain. It keeps the earth so clean and helps the pretty flowers grow from the mountains to the streams. Karina, baby, I love you. I miss you. I can't wait to see you. I hope that you're having a good day today. Always check in with yourself. Be like, how am I doing today? And it's okay if you're not having a good day, because tomorrow's a new day. But always try to be content with your life no matter what it is, and try and count your blessings no matter what. And if you're not having a good day or a good month, give it time, all right? You have time. Give it time. So give it 6 months. Give every situation that you have in your life 6 months, because in 6 months your life is going to be different all the way around. Like right now you're in school, but in another month you're not going to be. In another 4 months you will be again. It's going to be a whole new situation for you. You're going to have a new teacher. You're going to have new classmates. Hopefully you're going to have some of the same classmates, and you're building bonds with people that you enjoy to be around and that you grow to love and that you want to be friends with, right? I hope that you're building good connections and having good friendships. This was always really, really important to me, that I wanted you to have really good friends and friendships, because they start now. You're 6 years old, they start now. Honey, I love you and I miss you. I love you, honey.